So, ladies, I mean, in line with talking about, needing closure or not,
Yeah.
let's switch it up a little bit,
Switch
right?
it.
Let's switch it up a little bit.
Right.
So, tell me, okay, a time where you have been betrayed by a friend. We know we're all in our 30s. We know that when we were younger, we gone through so many friends. I don't know about y'all, but I
30
was
still
popular.
young.
I'm 30 is young. No, seriously, 30 is young.
Definitely.
Imagine someone dying at 30. Like,
Was it
you're like, oh
30s
my
and you
god, they were
20?
so young. No, I don't even like that because
You don't like hearing that?
I'm just 30
You don't
and
wanna
I'm
be
young.
20?
No, it's not even. I don't want to. No, like I'm 30 and I'm young. I don't need to say 30s and you 20.
Right. I know.
But anyways, with that being said, like we've all gone through that friendship where
Yeah.
we're like, you thought you were the closest friends, and then you grow up, and then eventually it's like, oh shoot, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, tell me a time where you were betrayed by a very close friend.
I feel like betrayal is like it's such a strong
It
word.
is. It really is.
But when you ask that question, the way I resonated with it, over the weekend I was actually out for dinner with like my best friend of over 20 years.
Wow.
And we talked a little bit about this, so it's
love
so
it.
timely
Yeah.
because we
I
always
love
like to
it.
reflect on how far we've come
Mhm.
personally, individually, and as besties. You know what I mean? And yes, we're grown as 30-plus-year-old women
Right.
that still say besties.
Right.
Okay?
I love it.
Right?
But 20 plus years, you have
You
the
have
right
to
say
rate that. You have to
Yeah.
rate that.
Right.
100%.
And with this particular person, it's interesting. We've been friends since we were in high school.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, after graduating, there was a scenario where a partner that they were with had some unfavorable opinions about me, had a little bit of sus in his mouth
Mhm.
about me, and it in turn ended up ending my friendship with this particular person because she ended up believing what he was saying and taking his side and really allowing him
Right.
to do the thinking for her, because she
Right.
could have easily asked me or said, regardless of what he thinks or says,
Mhm.
you're my friend, I know
I want to
you,
hear your side.
I want to hear your side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bros before hoes. Like,
Exactly.
I don't. What is it? What would it be?
No,
for
that's it.
sisters?
Bros
before
before
hoes.
hoes. Yeah, period. Exactly.
Period.
That's exactly what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And we fell out really, 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 really hard.
Yeah.
And it was very unfortunate because at that point we had already been friends for about 4 or 5 years,
Mhm.
and now we're going into our our 20s and this new chapter of our life, and we no longer have each other the way that we did.
Mhm.
And this is because we allowed, and I did too, allowed a man to dictate what our friendship should look like. Therefore, it ended.
It's crazy.
Now the flip side to that, which is something that a lot of people don't get to experience, is that after about 2 years of not being friends, and I am the mother of one of her children, so
Wow.
through that, at least, birthdays, holidays, there was still some type of communication,
Mhm.
but nothing like what it was.
Like what it was,
you
Yeah,
guys
it's
know
different.
what it-
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
And she actually put on her big girl panties and was like, we need to talk. I
Oh,
miss
I
you.
love
I
that.
love you. I was
Aw.
wrong.
Oh,
Oh,
she admitted. Okay.
She admitted that.
She
and
took accountability.
Yeah,
That's
that's
so
good.
important.
I always give her credit to this day because even being a strong, determined black female,
Mhm.
sometimes it's hard for us to swallow our pride. We are usually convicted in our
Exactly.
thoughts and our feelings.
Mhm.
So it's a little bit hard to take back and say, you know what, I was
Exactly.
wrong. I allowed A, B, and C to get in the way, to blur my judgment,
Yeah.
to speak for me. Don't ever allow
Right.
anybody, a man, a woman, to speak for you. Speak for yourself.
Right.
And she's like, and I was wrong, and I miss you, and I love you.
I love that.
And can we be friends again?
Oh, I respect
You know what I
that
mean?
so much.
I
Oh my
know.
god, that's amazing. I love that.
Like I now I want to cry just kind of thinking about it because
Yeah, that's
really
amazing.
hitting,
Yeah.
and that was probably about like 15 or 16 years ago.
Wow.
So we had our first little 4-year run in high school, and then that year and a half break,
Yeah.
and then now 16 years later, like we have been riding and dying for each other. Our friendship only gets stronger and stronger.
Like nothing ever happened, right?
Well, we don't
Almost.
ever forget that it happened because
Yeah.
we never want to go back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We talk
Yeah.
openly, we talk honestly with each other, we hold each other
Mhm.
accountable.
I love
It's
that.
always said with love.
Yeah.
There's never
That's
any
good.
shade.
I
You know what I
love
mean? She
that.
can tell me there's food in my teeth or whatever. and it's all love.
Yeah.
Right.
And I respect her because she's such a strong presence in my life as a mother, as a friend, just as a female. You don't want to miss those
You don't
chances
wanna
and
miss
friendships in life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So like, I don't know, did any of your friendships start from high school or like
Yeah.
or situations?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
am I
Okay.
alone?
Are you
No,
alone?
you're
No,
not
you are
alone.
definitely not alone.
You know, it's
You're
actually-
definitely not
Am
alone.
I alone?
It's
No,
so
you're not.
interesting. It's so interesting that your story is literally like it's like so similar to mine,
You see?
because I did have a best friend years ago in high school.
Yeah.
We literally started high school together. We're both from Africa, being here new
Where are
and
you from?
everything. I'm from Uganda, and she's from South Africa. That was.
Ooh.
And yeah, so we kind of just like immediately, because we're both new here, we kind of just like stuck together,
Yeah.
and we became like sisters.
Yeah.
And same with you. I feel like something kind of, I guess without putting it all out there, like her partner, her baby father at the time, I guess, didn't feel too fondly of our relationship. So I guess
Sorry,
he
I don't mean
decided.
to cut you off,
yeah.
but it's funny how it's with your friend,
Yeah.
it's the guy,
Yeah.
and with your friend, it's also the guy.
That's what I was saying. It was
That's
very
very
similar.
interesting.
Yeah,
That is
it's-
very
it's-
interesting.
Thank you for putting that
Go
together.
on, go on, sis. Go on.
Yeah, so her baby father, I guess somebody that I obviously knew from years, right from when she met him, even before they had their son. I was always friendly because that's just who I am. I never ever showed any feelings towards like how I felt about him, the kind of
Yes.
person he was. I just respected that that's who she was with, and
Of course.
But I guess long story short, years later into the friendship, I just get a call one day from her. Everything was good, and it was just like, oh, I heard this rumor, or not rumor, just it was a rumor for me, but I guess for her, she's like, I heard this story from my baby daddy, and this is I just can't believe it type of thing, right? So it was the way that she approached it, almost like she didn't want to hear my side of the story. She kind of already believed it. So that's why I'm like, it's very similar. She kind of just went with it, and the way she came to me, it wasn't like, I want to hear your side of the story. It was just like, I can't believe you did this to me. You betrayed me, and I'm so mad at you, and of course, I was very defensive. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I can't believe this. And I guess like it almost felt like the more I spoke about or tried to defend myself, it made me look more guilty. Yeah. So I was just like, you know what? I just kind of let it go. I cried, of course, and I was really hurt about it, because that was like my best friend, the first friend that I had here in Canada, right? So I always thought we would go together and just never ever like break up, right?
Yeah.
So when that happened, I kind of just gave it a bit of a space just to see, if we would just kind of get over it. I even attended her birthday after a little bit of time, her 30th birthday, which is a milestone. I was like, you know what, even though things are not good, I have to show
That's
up,
love, Liz.
Yeah,
That's
right?
love.
So I went, and I think that's probably when it confirmed to me that our friendship was not going to be the same. It was really awkward. There was a bunch of other people there that I had never met, and it's almost like she just didn't even acknowledge me at her party, right?
Wow.
So I was just like, and we were like this, right?
Oh my
It was so hurtful, because I remember going home after that, and I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna try too hard. I'm just gonna let it be, Of course, at the back of my head, my mom, everybody, like I said, she was a sister. Everyone knew about her. So they were just like, should we like try to talk to her? And like, you guys need to like work it out, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. The friends, people come to your life for seasons, reasons, whatever. And maybe that's just what it is, right? Fast forward just recently, probably about a few months ago, she did reach out to me. We spoke.
Like this year?
Yeah, actually.
That's crazy.
After all the time that had gone by, I had, in between all that time, I had a daughter, which that's something that I felt like she should have been there, to know about and experience it. She didn't even have a clue. She kind of heard it through the grapevine, I guess. And yeah, so when she reached out to me recently, it was like relating to what you were saying.
Yeah.
The difference between ours is like she didn't apologize in the sense to say like she sees what she did wrong. It was almost like, you know what, we kind of had to go through this situation for our, for our own growth, and I don't know, maybe it was supposed to teach us something. And yeah, so for me, I took that as, okay, you know what, I don't know if that's an apology. I'm not going to take it as an apology. It's a step, yeah, because at least you're kind of like, before it wasn't even like, it was just like dead, right? So maybe this is a step towards the direction which I would obviously hope for, which I would love to be friends with her again, but I guess, like I said, on her 30th birthday and just like the whole time that went by, I couldn't see it happening, right?
Yeah.
So, and then the way that she did approach me, it just, I don't know, it just kind of made it awkward. But I guess I'll say on my end, I just took it as, you know what, I appreciate the fact she's even, like as you said, making a step to say, you know what, this is something that happened, and I would love for us to like meet up, right? And like talk, and like maybe we'll just go from there.
Right.
And we haven't done that yet, but like hopefully soon, maybe in the summer, we'll do that and see, you know,
But why
what face to face.
Why so?
I don't know. I'm just putting
That's a
it.
good
I'm,
question.
you know,
Yeah.
I know. I don't know. I'm
That's
just
a
saying,
good
like, you know, when things are good for everybody, like, it's nice, weather's nice, you know,
Okay.
Right.
whatever.
I hear
Not
that.
really much to
Okay.
it, but just that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
time to like hang out and then see what happens when we're in person when we have a
Yeah.
conversation. Because that was just on like on messaging, like texting,
Okay.
right? Yeah. So
I
like,
love that want is still there.
yeah, no, it is
I
still
know.
there because I
she was genuine.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she was a really good friend. I know, like, not just trying to put it all on her. I did do some things where I felt like I could have been a better friend, and maybe that affected it, and you know. So I do reflect on that sometimes.
That's accountability.
Exactly.
For you, Liz. Like, that's
And-
important too.
Yeah,
That's
and I
both
think that's
ways.
why I still want to see if there's something that we can
Yeah.
to do to
Because
make
you
it work.
realize you could have been a better friend.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that for it's so funny. I didn't even want to talk about this particular situation, but since we're all talking about
Talk
ex
about
best
it.
friends, since we're all talking about ex best
Betrayal.
friends, let me tell you. So I had an ex best friend at the time. We were best friends for 16 years,
Mhm.
and y'all know I'm divorced. But but before when I got originally engaged,
Mhm.
she was pregnant. She just got pregnant with her second child, and I just got engaged, right? And she was like, not her feelings. She wasn't expressing what I thought a friend should express.
Right.
So she wasn't as happy for me as
Especially
I
like a best
expected.
friend, because she was your best
She
friend,
was
right?
my like she was the
We
person.
know what that support
Right,
is
it's
supposed to
different
look
from a
like.
regular
Like
friend.
I've
Yes.
done been through some things in life, so I called her every time I've gone. Like I cried on the phone with her every time I had an issue. She was the person
Right.
I called. So I remember her herself telling me, Landrine, I can't wait till your happy ending. I will cry. I would this. Like, she would tell me that. So when I got engaged, imagine who in the world else could I like did I
Right.
not wait to call other than her?
Mhm.
It was her. So when I called her, and her reaction was like, "Oh, that was quick. Congratulations." I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "Well, anyways, so yeah, the ring is so beautiful." Da 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 da.
Right.
And her reaction was just like very
That
bland.
was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her reaction was very bland, and I was just like so excited that I wasn't really trying to like, you know, like
Read into it. And
read
like, yeah.
into it. I didn't want to
Yeah.
read into it because I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, listen, I'm engaged and like, you know, we're supposed to be happy, da 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 da.
Mhm.
And she wasn't as she just didn't give me the support that I expected from her. And then I remember like, okay, I get it. She was pregnant with her second child. We're African. Our parents
Right.
were she wasn't married, so her parents were not happy
Okay.
because she wasn't married. But the thing is, it's not like this man didn't want to get married to her. Like the
Mhm.
man wanted to get married to her. She was like, I'm not gonna get married just because I'm like pregnant with her first child.
Oh, I
Right?
see. Okay.
So it's not even a situation where the guy didn't want to marry her. He would have married her a long time ago if he
It was
could
her
have.
choice.
But she
yeah.
was like, I'm not gonna do it just
Right.
because I'm pregnant.
Yes,
So it was her
Adamant,
choice.
Yeah.
So now I'm engaged and I'm like happy and I'm like, you know, okay, we gotta start planning for wedding and this and that. And I really wanted my friend to be there for me.
course.
And like her reaction, she was just very like, very
Nonchalant.
nonchalant, like, okay, yeah, good for you or whatever. And
Mm.
yeah, like, you know, and
Not good.
so what happened was the day when I called her and I told her that I'm getting married, she told me, oh my god, I'm so excited for you. Send me a picture of the ring and I'll call you back. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna send you a picture of the ring. So I hung up the phone, and then when I tell you guys, this is somebody I spoke to every single day.
Yeah.
She
I know
didn't
them
call me
ones.
back until 2 weeks later.
After you sent her the ring?
After I sent her a picture of the ring. No, I'm not gonna lie. She responded. She was just like, oh, that's nice. But she didn't respond until, like, she didn't call me back. This is somebody I spoke to every single day, like 3
Yeah, no,
times a
that's-
day
that's
on
a-
the phone. She didn't call me back till 2 weeks later. And I
2
remember
weeks?
2 weeks.
That would definitely
2
make me
weeks
feel
later.
away. I'm not gonna lie. I would
2
definitely
weeks
feel
later.
away. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? Like, I was like, what is going on? So I tried calling her. But then obviously I realized she was going through her own thing. She was pregnant. Her family
Okay,
wasn't
right,
happy.
okay,
So she
okay.
was like really emotional with her own stuff. And she
Yeah.
just, you know, some people could put aside their feelings and be
Some
there
people
for you.
can't,
And some
yeah.
people can't. And that was her thing. So I don't know to this day if I would say, like, people are like, oh, maybe she was jealous. But to me, I just feel like, okay, like, you know what? she just couldn't put her feelings aside and put me first in that moment.
Yeah.
Because with me, I know for me, I will put my feelings aside and I will be there for my friend,
Right.
regardless of the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's your happy time, I'm gonna suck it up. But I also feel like I learned that through
From
time.
that
through that
situation.
process.
Not through that,
right?
no, even
Oh,
before.
okay.
Like my friend, I remember my friend got engaged and I was going through some stuff and like, but I feel like I was there more for her than my ex best friend was
Right.
there for me. But she had told me later, she's like, oh, I feel like you could have done more. Just because you're going through something doesn't mean da da da.
Yeah.
So I realized, okay, this is something that us human beings, we do go through. We go through,
Yeah.
but we need to realize that sometimes you just have to put yourself aside for 2 seconds and be there.
Be a little bit
Especially-
selfless.
2 seconds.
Especially if it's a milestone for someone.
Yeah.
If it's a wedding, a baby
Someone
shower.
that's important to you, anyway,
You have
right?
to put it
Yeah.
aside for 2 seconds because they're gonna remember this
agree.
forever, right?
Yeah.
And it's really hard. I'm not gonna act like it's not hard. It's probably one of the most difficult things to do. Like I was going through a divorce, and I was in a wedding a month later. A month
How did
later.
you feel during the wedding? Were you just like kind
You
of
know
like
what?
holding it
I
all
think-
together?
No. In my mind, I told myself I'm gonna be there for my friend. So this divorce, like my husband left me. My husband left me, and I was like, I don't care. I want to be there for my friend.
Yeah.
I want to be there for my friend. And I knew it was gonna be difficult. I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to go through. And she kept telling me, Landrine, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this.
Because
But
she
I was
understood,
like-
but you were
She
just like,
understood, but all I could think was like, am I really gonna 5 years from now she's gonna be married
gonna
with her
regret
husband and I'm gonna like be like I could have been a part of the wedding but I wasn't because I was going through my thing,
Yeah.
or do I want to celebrate with my friend?
right.
And I think that was more important to me at the time than like dealing with my own feelings.
No, you're a good friend. That's basically
Yes.
you're a good, loyal, true friend. because
Yeah,
it's not-
so I was just like, no, I don't care. I'm just gonna suck it up, but I'm not gonna lie. After the wedding, I bawled.
Of course,
I
because you're
thought
human
it
at the end of the
was
day.
I
You
was
know,
like, oh my god,
And-
this was just me a year ago. Like I could. So
But you
it
held
hurt.
it in.
I
You
held
to
it
be
in.
there
I
for
held
your
it in.
and
I
that's
was-
big.
I was actually genuinely so happy for her that I couldn't even think about myself. But it was when the
After.
night was done, I was like, yo,
It just all like
like
sunk in. Yeah.
I should have been at that wedding with my husband. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it just started to come in after. But at the moment, I told myself, I prepared myself mentally. I was like, this is my girl's date, and I'm going to make sure I give, like, it's your wedding. I remember how I felt on my wedding day. Like, you know, it's
Yeah.
like you don't want to be selfish, but at the same time, it's your date. Like,
Yeah.
you want your friends to
It's
be
your
there
day.
for
It's
you.
your big day.
And I just
You only
wanted to
get
give
one.
her that. I
Yeah.
wanted to give her that. I wanted her to just feel like the bride, the princess, the special person. You know what I'm saying? And so I mentally prepared myself for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I
So-
guess.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
reconcile. She wants to reconcile.
I want. Yes.
Mhm.
Where are you in terms of that
Reconciliation.
particular person?
I'm okay with where we're at.
Okay.
You're okay
I'm
with
okay.
just okay.
I'm okay. I don't think we need to reconcile. I feel like it would be too hard. The thing with me, because I'm such a loyal person, I
Mhm.
feel like if I give my all, once I'm done, I know it sounds really bad, but like, I'm done. Like, you know, I really.
But there's no more. I can't do anything.
I can't give you more, like, cause I tried. I wrote
Right.
her a whole letter after. I'm like, I'm so hurt. I expressed my feelings. I'm like, I really want you to be there for me. Da 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 da. And her reaction was just like very much like, oh well, like obviously I was happy for you. Like it was very like it wasn't what I expected
Yeah.
for somebody that's been in my life since I was
Right.
12 years old.
No, I get
Wow.
that. I get
I
that.
was. She was in my life since I was 12 years old, and I was just like so broken. I cried for weeks. You know, because
I know. I remember
spoke
it when
to
it
you
was
about
happening.
this.
Yes. Yes.
I was
Oh,
broken into pieces because I didn't even know what to do because this was like my person. I used to
Yeah.
call her. I used to be like, if I could find a man like her, I'm good because she was my soulmate. Like, yo, she was my
that.
soulmate.
I get
So
it.
Wow.
I was so broken that when I finally healed, and that's the thing with me, when I heal without you, I'm not gonna go back.
He can't go back. Yeah.
I cannot go back. Once I heal, don't let me heal though. Do not let me heal. Catch me heals. Catch me before I heal. If you let me heal from you, I'm not
Forget
coming back.
about it. Yeah.
I'm not, and I tell
Oh,
everybody,
wow.
and everybody that knows knows. That's
Yeah.
just how I am because
Yeah.
I respect that.
No, I
now
do.
I have to
respect that
protect
too.
myself. But me and her, are we still cordial? We're very cordial.
I
So
like
do you
that.
guys still speak every once in a
I
while?
mean, like we haven't spoken in a long time, but like I found out she was engaged recently, and I was like, oh my god,
Okay,
congratulations!
Yeah.
She
Nice.
also does hair, so she needed some hair advice recently. She asked me, and I gave her my suppliers information. Like, you know, I give her information. Like,
Were you
it's-
still happy for her, in spite of the fact that she wasn't happy
I was
for you?
actually so happy for
Yeah,
her.
genuinely.
And that's just who I am.
Yeah.
Because
You know what I'm
you're
saying?
a real one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was actually like I couldn't help it. I heard it. She didn't tell me. I just heard it from whatever.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, I had to message her. I messaged her because I was so happy for her. And she's been with this guy forever. So I was like, okay, dude, girl, like, yes. Like,
finally,
you know,
yes.
I'm so happy for you.
Good for you.
And we were able to, but to be back there, no, like, I'm just
it
that
couldn't
girl.
happen.
Don't lose me, because once you lose me,
Watch out.
I'm saying, no, but it's true though. Like,
yeah,
you know,
no, I hear
don't.
that.
I always say, don't let me heal. Like, be there through the process. So once I heal, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
but
it's gonna be too late, right?
It's gonna be too late.
Get it.
Healing and moving and
Can you
navigating.
imagine healing from somebody is hard to heal, and now you have to go right